Hi, welcome to the Mindful Mobility Tech Type series. This week we have Mark Fitz. I'm president of Star Oil. We're here on a rainy day in Gresham at the Clean Cities office. There was a long period of time there where biodiesel was extremely hot and upcoming fuel back 2003 to about 2008. And I had a lot of luck at various green transportation type of conferences. After 2008, that recession, it kind of took out everything that was going on. I heard about McCoy Freightliner. Brian Trice was there doing a green transportation expo. And I reached out, was able to get a booth there and try out that show, I believe the first year to Sheridan. And I got to know Brian from that. And then over the years, have just been a big fan of what I get from that show in the way of talking to actual operators of fleets, what they're experiencing with the various types of fuels, technology, new vehicles coming down. Whatever's hot, whatever's cutting edge at the Green Transportation Summit, you meet people who are using those vehicles and they're going to hear firsthand their experience. I'd say that the way to describe GTSE and clean cities is it's not in alternative fuels. You have a lot of ideology, a lot of politics. When you drill through that and you talk about the people who actually do it, right? GTSE and Clean Cities gives me access to people who actually know as I'm trying to figure out where I fit in the greater world versus reading the news, which isn't exactly genuine in the information that it presents. the difference with GTSE versus other shows, or GTSE and Clean Cities versus other shows is we actually do have, the people that are there, or people that are there actually know what they're talking about.
Right? Like, so I can bring in a bunch of junior people who get exposed to a bunch of alternative energy stuff, sit in a booth, talk to a bunch of municipal fleet managers. They go out and they have drinks with these people too, and they're talking, and they come back with this wider view than we just sold these. They see where we fit and how it fits and what it means. They also see that above 36,000 GVW, you get into heavy duty diesel. There is no electric option that will work 2 shifts in one day in the winter. You have an ice storm, you got to go to work. You're a utility, it is go time, right? You're a municipality, you got to plow streets. That electric vehicle is not currently going to serve you. I'm not saying it won't be like that in a decade, but right now, for them to kind of hear that firsthand and understand that we have a great deal of service we provide with low carbon diesel, such as biodiesel and renewable diesel, our ability to solve some fundamental problems by being easier to work with. They see that. And I don't get that at other conferences.
Well, and that's a good thing. So building that report for fleet managers is really important and stuff. I mean, because they really do need to get they are really looking for what the actual, answers can be and stuff. A lot of times they got to read a million things online or do different things and stuff. And I think our show and our coalitions, for that matter, the Clean City side, provide that advocacy, that expertise. And it's not just fleet stuff though too. It's whether it's obviously we've done a great job over the last couple of years with grants or writing grants and putting together workforce development, looking at all the potential types of training that that you're going to need to have. Whether or not you like electric vehicles, EVs are not going away. Every major OEM is going down that direction. At least my prediction, my own personal deal there is that diesel's not going to go away anytime soon. There's no way that you're going to be able to take every diesel truck that's on the road right now to be able to create to be whether it's electric or hydrogen or natural gas or it doesn't matter where I'm at, what state I'm in or whatever I'm doing here. When I'm driving on the freeways or driving on the roads and I'm looking at the amount of heavy duty trucks or hell, even passenger cars that matter, but mainly heavy duty trucks that are out there, knowing, just looking at them, that 95 or 98% of them are still diesel trucks, right? Well, you see some of the big fleets, the major fleets that are out there that are getting, funding from the government, that are getting, extra subsidies and all this to turn their, like a small portion of their fleet into, the electrification side of things and stuff. It's still a very minute number, but you always have the people that start off using, vehicles, and normally it's all the different like municipalities that are taking it all the different alternative fuel vehicles and stuff, because they like to compete against each other, and they like to be the first to do a bunch of different things together. And this is kind of where we're looking at least my philosophy is on looking at all the alternative fuels, right? Or all the different types of fuels and stuff and different applications and stuff that you have. I think most fleet managers, getting back to the point, is they have to clear, the streets with their snowplows and all this stuff. And the mandates are coming on as to what kind of fuels or technologies that the city councils and everyone else would want to have, what these guys have on their fleets. I think for them, I don't think they care what they have on there as long as they can get their job done. And if it just happens to be an electric truck or propane,
and history has shown they figure it out.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a good thing about that stuff. And I think that's where, getting back to your point, I know this is kind of going down a different road, but it's incorporating all the alternative fuels here is that, you know, not everything fits into one category here. And I think having the different, the fuels, the hydrogen, the propane, natural gas, electric hybrid, and all that stuff, it kind of plays into what can work in the different applications within. And it's a good thing actually, because if one fails and you have something else to pick it up, and you're still able to keep the ball moving forward here. But getting back to your point here though, as far as getting the job done, right? If one of these other fuels or technologies that's being mandated is actually working within one of the fleets right now, then that's a good thing here. So you're still kind of keeping things going there. And I know we can go in a bunch of different directions. But I have a good story on this. I think back probably been about 6 years now, maybe 7 years. There was the big fires that we had out in not we didn't have, but California had out in the Sonoma Valley out
We
there.
had some pretty big fires.
Well, I know. Well, no, I mean, no, we've had some huge fires, but this is a point to where alternative fuels comes in, right? And this is where the fleet managers will tell you, and this is even based off California. My point is this: is they're so thankful that they had kept their other fleet vehicles that were running R99 or propane or some of the fuels, hell, even regular diesel for that matter, or regular petrol fuel. They're so happy because what had happened was all their electric trucks, right? And I mean all of them, their cars and their trucks, they melted. Everyone thinks that electric vehicles are the answers for everything, and they're not. You need the other fuels and technologies. And then the fleet folks from out there in that particular county got on the record basically, talking about the other fuels and why they're so important to have a little bit of everything. I mean, listen, I'm excited about electric. I'm excited about alternative fuels. It's what I do. It's what I believe in.
Right. But it takes a few years to get there.
Municipal fleets have always figured things out because they have to.